Welcome to the Wes-Del Sports Network.
Good evening and welcome to the Wes-Del Sports Network. We are here at Richard E. Johnson Gymnasium for another MEC matchup with your Wes-Del Warriors and the Randolph Southern Rebels coming to town tonight. This will be the final MEC matchup for the Wes-Del Warriors, not so for Randolph Southern. They have a few more MEC games. I am joined, as always, by the Hall of Famer, Coach Biff Wilson. Coach.
Hey.
We are winding down. When you see Randolph Southern come to town, you know it's getting close to the end of the season.
Yeah, and you think it might be senior night. It's towards the end. It's probably your last conference match, believe it or not. It was like the first 7 or 8.
Right.
And then one of the last couple. So, looking forward to tonight's match.
Yeah, Randolph Southern, again, making that drive, coming into town tonight. Smaller team and a smaller group, but they are looking to try to steal an MEC win on the road. The Warriors are coming off of a very close game against the Eastbrook Panthers, and we'll talk a little bit when we get a chance here to talk with Coach Stanley about a tough one last night, but she felt pretty good about the way they played. So when you're coming off a game like that, Coach, you want to try to gain some of that confidence, make that kind of build off of that and carry that into tonight's game.
Yeah, you certainly do. And Eastbrook, we always like going there, mainly because of Ivanhoe's.
Absolutely.
But they're a good team. And on paper, they were probably viewed as a better team. And you come that close to beating them, you lose 15-13 in the 5th set. You had a close over point set. You drilled them one set. So a lot of good things happening in that match. You want to come in here tonight, especially on senior night, especially with the conference match, and get a win for sure.
I had a chance to sit down with Coach Stanley. We're going to bring you that interview here shortly. Then we'll come back with some statistical breakdowns of Wes-Del and what we know from Randolph Southern. So let's listen to the interview I was able to do with head coach Kayla Stanley.
Welcome to the Wes-Del Sports Network Coaches Show. Here's your host, John McLaughlin.
Hello and welcome to the Coaches Show. I'm Coach McLaughlin here with head coach Kayla Stanley. Coach, busy time of the year for you. Volleyball is in full swing, and we're getting close to the end of the year, so we'll talk a little bit about the sectional and all that stuff that's coming up. But before we do that, game last night, Eastbrook. One of those games that if you're there, you're probably heart's still beating hard. Close one. Weren't able to pull it off at the end, but sounds like a good fight from the girls all the way to the 5th set.
Yeah. So we talked a lot about doing those little things, like not starting our approach until obviously the ball is at its highest peak, especially on a 4, because that first set we had a slow start, and we just were meeting the ball. We weren't beating the ball to like our passing, getting our feet set. We were really slow on our approaches, so we just had those conversations about how to pick up our pace and how to set our tempo away from theirs, because they played a little slow. They play at a slower tempo than what I would like our girls to play. So that second and that third match, we just started talking about that, and they just increased their pace, which we saw kind of a dogfight in that second set, 30-28. Yeah. Unfortunately, we were on the losing side of that, but then we just came out and won the third set 25-9. So, I mean, I love to see that from the girls. And really what changed it was our tempo and then our serving. We missed a lot less serves in that third set. We really utilized some of their weaker passing points with our serving, knocking them off balance, and then just playing to our strengths, finding the holes. And we talked a lot about confidence again, and having the confidence to drive the ball down in those key situations, which really propelled them into that third and fourth set. That fifth set, it just came down to execution. Yeah. And I mean, the match ended with two players diving for the ball off the court. So even though like it was a loss in our books. Like, their heart was there, their want was there, their grit was there. So I'm really proud of how they finished, even though we didn't come out with the win. It's exciting to see that they're starting to take those notes that we talk about in practice and in games and really apply them. So I'm really looking forward to tonight, senior night against Randolph Southern, and again tomorrow at Madison Grant. So Madison Grant's pretty comparable to Eastbrook. Earlier in the season, I believe Madison Grant lost to Eastbrook in 3, but they're going on a run now. They had a slow start to their season, a rough start. I know that they're really young like we are, and they're trying to put the pieces together. So I think it'll be a really great matchup.
Yeah, so it's like you said, like last night's game, those 5-set matches. You lose, but then you feel like you see growth, and that's what you need when you're so young like you guys are. Yes, you have some seniors in some spots, and you have some youth in some spots, but it sometimes takes a while to get that all on the same page. And when you can continue to see growth, and you know that things are progressing the right way as a coach. And that was one of the things I always wanted to see, where are we compared to the beginning of the year. And when you're in those battles, I think even when you lose some of those will pay off in the long run. So that'll lead you into tonight, which is Randolph Southern senior night, like you talked about. And it's a game that you feel like on paper, it's one that if we execute coming off of the way we played last night, you might feel like, hey, let's just piggyback off what we did last night, and maybe tonight will be some success for us.
Absolutely. We talked a little bit after our game how this will be a little bit different. However, our tempo should stay the same. We need to take it and work on the things that we need to work on, especially in these weeks where we do have 3 matches. Practice is far and in between, and so we're really utilizing that tonight and working on some things that we really want to see. Here comes sectional time in 2 weeks, so really looking forward to seeing that growth play out tonight. Obviously want to see them really get through those hard times, get through those low points, and come out and kind of make them a little bit more spread out and really have that momentum on our side the majority of the match.
Yeah, and it's always an emotional night at the beginning of the game. That first set can sometimes go either way. It can really propel you into playing well, or sometimes you got to call that quick timeout. Okay, all right, we're in a game now. I know it's senior night, but let's go ahead and play. And it kind of hits the seniors. Hey, this is coming to an end. But it can also be a great motivator for the rest of the young girls. Hey, we want to send you out with a nice win, and even though it may not necessarily be our last game on that court, it's still an important night. And I know that you have some seniors, and I remember my first year as a head coach, I told the group of seniors, you're always going to be my first group of seniors. So it's interesting to kind of navigate that as a coach too, senior night.
Yeah, and it's absolutely, like you said, because I've been with these girls. This will be my last group that I coached in middle school. Yeah. So seeing them from little 6th graders and 7th graders and 8th graders, and now they're seniors, just the growth that they've and leaders that they have become is just so amazing to see. And it'll definitely be hard next year with them not on the court. And
sure.
But they're all 3 amazing players, 3 amazing people, and that's all you want to see from them.
Yeah, and senior night also is about the parents. I used to remind my seniors, listen, they were the ones that were picking you up and taking you until about 2 years ago to every practice and every game and all that stuff. So it's just as much about the parents and their journey going through. And a lot of times the parents are more emotional than the players even are. So that'll lead us into tomorrow. We pick up a game against Madison Grant. You know a little bit about Madison Grant. That's going to be a little bit of a homecoming for you, right?
It will. It'll be I've been over there a couple times. However, this will be my first time going over there as a head coach, and so a lot of things going on in my mind. I know Kayla over there, Kayla Jump will want this win a little bit more, just like Bob would when I played him 5 years ago at our middle school matches. They'll want it just as much as I do. So I don't think the girls really realize how much that stakes is for them, but we're looking for a win, and I think they are very comparable to us,
Yeah.
and I think they're a good add and a good matchup for us. So it'll be another really intense game. I'm really hoping that we can come out with the win.
And it's as a guy who's done that a few times and gone back to an old school you either coached at or played at, it's emotional, and then when the game starts, you're just like, okay, I just want to win, and then after the game, it's emotional again. In the game, it's just a game, but it's different to go home. So good luck there, and that'll be fun. And then finally this week, county tournament week, always the best county tournament you can ask for in the state of Indiana is right here in Delaware County. We got the bye, right?
Absolutely.
And so we will play the winner of Daleville and Yorktown. And county tournament is at Wapahani still. Okay. And so we've got that to look forward to this weekend also. And when will that game be, Coach?
It'll be at 11 o'clock on Saturday morning.
Okay. So 11 o'clock on Saturday if you want to make your way out to Wapahani. So a busy week for Wes-Del Volleyball. Coach, good luck tonight, senior night. Good luck on your trip back to Master Gray. I'm sure you'll be able to tell the bus how to get there. And just good luck in county, and we'll talk next week about how this busy week went.
All righty. Thank you.
So there you have it. Coach's show with head coach Kayla Stanley. Always good to sit down with her and get her thoughts. As you could hear, she was, the coaches are never happy with a loss, but you can take a lot of good things out of good competitive games. And I think it was you, Coach, that as we were talking about it today, said it's one of those games that you're going to be up late either way. You're either going to be up late because you're so excited that you won, or you're going to be thinking about the one or two plays that got away from you. So, again, no rest for the weary. Right back at it tonight. Going to go after Randolph Southern, a team on paper that we should probably be the better team and the favorite. But again, games aren't played on paper. What do we know a little bit about Randolph Southern, and what do we know about the Wes-Del where we're sitting right now?
Well, you're right. It does look like we should come away with this one. It looks that way, and the JV team kind of had their way with their JV group. Randolph Southern comes in with a 6-15 record, 1-5 in the conference. That's good for a tie for 8 with Monroe Central. We're 3-5 in the conference, which gets us 6th place right now with a 7-16 record. Both again 1A teams. Now I'll tell you, Randolph Southern though has been on kind of a tear. Now they're only 1-5 on the road, but they've won 4 out of their last 5 matches overall. So they're getting used to winning. So they may come in with that kind of a mindset. We unfortunately have a 4-match losing streak after last night, but we are 4-2 at home. So we do defend our home court fairly well. As far as rankings go, at Max Prep's rankings, Randolph Southern ranked 90 in 1A. We're up to 67. And as far as Indiana Prep Volleyball, the Rebels have a ranking of 85 with a 16.03 Z rating. We're ranked 61st with a 17.24 Z rating. What I'm looking at on paper really is our average per set. And we average 2, 3, 4 points, sometimes up to 7 more per set. So I think we've got the distinct advantage here. What you're going to see from them tonight, you're going to see a lot of Adele Thurston. Leads them in attempts, leads them in kills, leads them in hitting percentage, leads them in blocks. She's a junior wearing number 15. We're looking, I think, at a 6'2", offense. Might be a 4-2. We'll see when we get out there. But should be an exciting match. We'll see.
So, as you can see, pretty evenly matched teams, but Wes-Del has played well at home this year, like you said. So, let's hope that that continues for the Warriors as they go into this match. First thing we're going to do, though, is we're going to bring you the national anthem and then the starting lineups from the voice of volleyball, Brian Lake. So there you have it, starting lineup. It is senior night here. If you didn't join us at the beginning, you can go back and rewind and watch the senior night festivities. Those actually took place before the JV game. But a nice gesture by the Warriors to honor the Randolph Southern seniors, and I like that, to go over and hand them a flower and honor their seniors for tonight's game. We are just about ready to start here. Starting lineups have been announced. Again, last MEC game of the year, at least for the Wes-Del Warriors, and they would love to defend home court. It's like a little bit different lineup than we saw last time we were here. Freshman Lily Bird has worked her way not only in the starting lineup, but on the roster.
Yeah, yeah.
That means you're playing well. If you've impressed enough to be a freshman and down on the JV, and then work your way up so that you can get some time on the varsity.
Coach Stanley kind of said, okay, let's do this let's do this over again. You know, some early season moves late in the season. Said let's see who's emerging here, and we have had some changes in the lineup. Lily Bird coming in as a hitter. We've got Layla Carmichael wearing the maroon jersey tonight as libero. Some changes, and I think it's been working out.
Well, it gets to be that time of year, too, where you're going to look, not only evaluate everyone, and you've had almost the whole year to do that, but you also are going to start playing some of those young players that have earned their way and earned a chance to come up and contribute. So here we go. Presley Durr will start, as Wes-Del will be the first to serve. And it'll be a side out, a service error. Wes-Del wearing those new uniforms they're so proud of, with the new style that if you've watched around, you have noticed a lot of teams wearing the new arm sleeves. Kept alive. Here comes the attack from the middle. And this time, Wes-Del not able to keep it alive, and Randolph Southern off to an early 2-0 lead.
Adele Thurston there. Gonna hear her name a lot tonight. She's hitting out of the middle right now.
It's a nice serve. Be taken by Layla and rolled over. Still kept alive, and somehow there's your varsity kill.
I'm not sure R2 was really watching that one, but it's okay.
Yeah, some liberal play there. And that's going to be, that's in. It hits the line. That's
in, out, in.
In. Wait a minute. Down means in. Yeah.
You run that replay in your mind sometimes down there on the corners, and that's why there's a hesitation sometimes or a change.
Don't overthink it.
That's right.
Another nice serve from Joy, and she gets 2 in a row.
From what I understand, Joy and Presley Durr last night combined for at least 10 aces against Eastbrook.
Should get another chance here. And another ace. That's 3 in a row. And if you're Coach Stanley, you'll take all those you can get. And out of bounds. And it's played by Coach Barry down there in the front row. She
still got it.
She hit it right back in. It would have been in, too.
Or was that her baby? That could be a future warrior.
Yeah, I think it was her that time,
okay.
but still. And that one's just out, so it'll be a side out over to the Rebels, but Wes-Del is able to rattle off a few points there and take a 5-3 lead.
You know, Mariah wasn't really known as a passer in her days here. She could pass, but wasn't necessarily known as a passer.
Taylor gets a chance and hits that one just long. Lily Bird's going to hit that one over on 3. Here comes the Rebels. Into the net.
She just about dug that one out, but got to get a little lower on those.
May have got, I didn't know if she was in the net that much, but that may have been the break that we got earlier, and it may have been a makeup call.
Could been. Usually you get it with your hands on the way up trying to pop that ball out. And, you practice that. If the ball hits high on the net, it's coming straight down. If it hits low, it'll pop out usually. And it's tough to judge as that thing's coming past your face. But that's what you practice. You toss balls at the net, or setters getting low. It's one of the tougher plays for a setter.
This time a good attack, and Antrim not able to make it pay off, but it was a good pass to start it. And now the Rebels go back with a 2-point lead.
The positive of this, we're getting a pass, we're getting a set, we're getting a swing. We'll come around. We're not just getting blown off the court by their serves.
Another try this time, and a nice block, like you said, from Thurston, but that time it just went out of bounds.
Yeah. As I look at this Warrior group, especially these freshmen and sophomores, I can't help but notice the numbers after their names, the numbers that are their height. We don't often have a lot of size, but when we've had size, developed players that have size, we've been very successful here at Wes-Del. And I like seeing players of size. We'll be blocking one of these days.
So now Thurston back to serve. That's a little better swing from the middle from Taylor, and she gets the kill.
Well, that was a nice controlled shot, too. Really got her hand through that.
She did.
ball
That one
well.
went almost straight down. So here's the freshman we talked about earlier. Lily Bird's getting a chance, and she serves that one and gets an ace. You get another try here.
It's a nice serve.
Yeah, it was a nice one, and here comes Randolph Southern. And that one's just out. So that'll take it back. Aubrey Mills, one of the seniors for Randolph Southern.
And senior Ansley Draper into the game, too.
Where he just got the tip of that one and wasn't able to guide it over. Well, Randolph Southern back with a 2-point lead. And tipped right back into Wes-Del side, and Coach Stanley will take a timeout. She wants to talk about it. I don't think that she likes she talked about it a little bit in the pregame when we were talking. She likes the speed of the game to be a little quicker, and this seems to be a slower tempo game. I don't always think of volleyball with fast-paced and slow-paced. I didn't think of that, but it does make sense when you talk about the speed you want to play with and the speed of the game. And right now it seems that everything's a little slower.
It does seem slower, even though the points aren't long.
Right.
The game is just sort of dragging.
Yeah.
And if it's dragging and you're behind, it seems like it's dragging that much longer.
Yeah, I think that she probably just like to get to the attack maybe a little quicker.
Yeah. And we're just not executing. Like I said, we're getting the pass, we're getting the set, we're getting the swing. We're not getting aced. We're not spraying passes all over the court and sending free balls over the net. It's just a matter of execution, and we're not executing. A lot of these swings could be one swing kills. We're just not doing it right now.
See if we can out the timeout like you always talk about. Win the timeout. Randolph Southern's going to try to not let that happen. Tipped again. Still alive. Oh, and then somebody's got to take charge there. And Randolph Southern now with a 4-point lead. Another thing we talked about, and you and I have been through enough of these, senior night can always be a little different. It's just sometimes it takes a minute or two to get going. And,
I'll be honest, I never really enjoyed them.
I didn't either, because it's an emotional night, and I don't really want to be all emotional before the game. Let's save that for another time, but it is part of it.
You're right. We used to, do all the senior night stuff between JV and varsity, and I always said it doesn't make sense to me to rip your team apart emotionally and then send them out there to go win a match.
Yeah.
So we started doing it afterwards.
Yes.
And there are festivities afterwards tonight, and so they didn't go right into this match. You almost wonder, I'm thinking now, Coach Stanley may be brilliant. You give the other team their flowers and make kind of a deal of it before the match.
Yeah.
I'm seeing the wisdom.
Okay. Taylor with another nice serve. That's probably a double, but we're going to let it go.
Yep, I think so.
That's a nice block, but out of bounds. So nice swing there from Joy.
Yes.
I'd like to see you get her going out there on the outside, and good things will happen. With a good serve like you're getting from Taylor and a good swing like that, momentum of this will switch real quick. We keep it in bounds.
I'll tell you, I'm kind of trying to figure out this offense of Randolph Southern. They're running a 4-2 offense, which means 4 hitters. They're always hitting out of the right and out of the left side. I'm sorry, out of the middle and out of the left side. Their setter's always right front. In this particular rotation, and this is where you need to run the points, their front row setter is in the left front position. Their setter, who's in the back row, who typically isn't a setter when she's in the back row, is in serve reception. So they're asking their back row to pass the ball somewhere, and they're asking their front row setter to move from the left front position over to right front after the ball's been passed, technically after the ball's been served. It's confusing to them, I believe. That's difficult to do.
So what you're saying is there's a lot of movement there. I wouldn't have thought that, but there's a lot of movement that has to go on in two different places.
And it isn't going on.
Yeah. That may be what the timeout was for.
It could be. So 16, that's Jocelyn Smith. She's the other setter, and she's in that left front spot.
This time it's over.
This could be a situation where they're supposed to pass that ball to left front because she looks like she's expecting it up there.
Yeah.
But you got to have the passing, and sometimes that's difficult.
They do get it over. Nice pass. Let's see if we can take advantage. Corey, a nice swing, but dug out nicely by Randolph Southern. And get another chance this time, Joy, with a nice hard swing.
Yeah.
She's gotten going more confident as the year's gone.
We've got a real advantage over on that left side too. I wouldn't set anywhere but that left side.
You talked about Thurston being in that front row and blocking. She's out right now, so you got to take advantage of that too.
Exactly. You've got a single block out of the middle, so keep running your right side, your middle decoys. And you don't really have a right side decoy unless you run that slide with Tori. And then just keep putting it out there on Joy.
See if we can get another one. Joy gets a tip this time. There's a back row attempt. A nice swing. Played well.
Yeah.
Both
There's another
teams.
one that should have been called.
Yes.
My worst fear is that officials just weren't going to call anything on double contacts because they didn't want to be wrong.
And that's out. So still rattling those points off is Taylor with her serve.
Gotta like that.
We've seen that happen here before on senior night against Randolph Southern, so let's see if she can keep it going. That time, the miscommunication will lead to another point. Coach has already used one timeout. 17-13. That's going to be short and over. Probably the best thing she could have done right there is just tip that over because she didn't have much room.
No. What you need Adele Thurston in the back row, and she can just set that thing up on the 10-foot line and watch Adele swing away.
So back over on the side out to Randolph Southern. Joy with a chance, and that time a little too far outside. She didn't much she could do with it. Tried to punch it up in the air and over, but wasn't able to.
Now let's see if they put up 2 blockers out there on the outside. Nope, they're going to drop.
One. And played well in the back row again. That's off of a goal, which you can play.
Home court advantage.
Here comes Antrim back into the game. She'll take Kai New's spot. Layla Carmichael serving.
That's a rough one right there. Yeah.
That's tough. So 19-15. Layla was real close to that line on that last serve. I don't know if you noticed that, but
I did.
Again, really close.
Might have hit it on that one. The universe may have stepped in on that.
Here comes Thurston back in the game for the Rebels.
Couldn't have come any too soon for them. They needed her in there.
And that is in. Hits the line.
Excellent.
Coach wasn't so sure. It was close. I wasn't so sure, but it was close. Close enough that you can't argue it too much.
That's right.
Well, I guess you can, but it doesn't matter.
Presley, she can step back here and finish this off. Could.
You could also send that with a concession stand, which she almost did.
You think I'd learn by now just to be quiet?
Yeah, when she got a little antsy on that one. She was ready to go.
That's true. Jocelyn Smith right here, the best server on this team. And they need it right now.
Kept alive, so sometimes that's the key. Just get the ball the other side.
That's
and
right.
That's what happened. We'll go over on 3 again.
Starting to lose a little bit of our control here.
Chase back
That's
and
rough.
forth.
That's something we never practiced because we just didn't even want to think about that happening. That ball banging around up there like that. This is the one we need. We need to stop her right here.
That one is just out. Not by much. Again, no argument from Coach.
Nope.
So must have been a better view than we had. Although
Now we're
we
going to
have a
match
pretty
up.
good view.
That's right. We're going to match up our top server now.
Out of the net, nice job.
See how low she was? That's how you got to get.
That was not the tallest scorer on the floor, but she was able to get it done.
Yes.
Aubrey Mills. So if you are Randolph Southern, you want to make Wes-Del have to call timeout here. If you're Wes-Del, you want to just finish this off. Nice pass.
Ooh.
Well,
which is it now? There we go. First call was he pointed out to the Randolph Southern side and then quickly corrected it.
I think he is saying it was Randolph Southern.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, he pointed
Wes-Del
like their ball. He went side out that side, and then nope, side out this side.
Antrim with the serve. It's over. Taylor cross court in a nice spot. Put it in a great spot there. 23-19. Let's see if Aubrey can just finish this off with 2 in a row here.
That's right. They'll likely send this ball, of course, to the right side there with Adele, if they can get the pass. And that's the tricky part about having your clearly best hitter out there on the right side. You got to have that pass.
Yeah.
If you're going to get that set to her.
So here it is, set point for set number 1, 24-19. A nice floater, and that's
I like it.
going to be a point, and that'll do it. So Wes-Del takes the first set, 25-19. After trailing for a good portion of that, they fight back, and they're able to get themselves right back in. And we'll take a short break and then join you back on the Wes-Del Sports Network. We're back here in between sets. Wes-Del takes the first set, 25-19. Felt like the momentum switched there at about 16, 17 points, Coach, and sometimes that's all it takes. Randolph Southern wouldn't go away, though. They were pesky the whole way. Kept it at about 2 points. Wes-Del did have the lead most of the end of that, but back and forth through a lot of that set. Wes-Del able to rattle off some with some good serving late and finish that first set off.
It'd be great to see the Warriors come out now with better execution, and what I mean is better swings. We made fewer hitting errors in the last half of that set, and it'd be great to come out now in this set and continue that. I think if you see that execution, you're going to see us run out to a pretty big lead here.
Well, I'm sure that would be great, and Coach will take that if that would happen. And I'm with you. We did not feel like we got off to a great start. It was almost like it was slow motion, sluggish a little bit to start that set. Yeah. Once we got going, it seemed like it was a little bit better. And Randolph Southern is, they've got some players and they're doing some nice things. There have been times where they've come over and we just really put it to them. They're staying and holding their ground a little bit tonight. So, it's not going to be one of those where you're just going to come in and sometimes you think that and you're just going to come in and it's going to be easy. I don't know that that's ever really the case. And when you're a young team, you can't overlook anybody.
They're also a program that has a strong history of success, much like us. They go back with a lot of winning teams, and they are a winning program. They've struggled here, in the past decade or so, I'd say. Looks like their numbers aren't real strong right now. So hopefully they can come back as a program as well, get more players like we're doing, some younger players, and then develop them over the next few years.
As we check the lineups here, we're about to start set number 2. If you are out there and you're listening, join us in the chat if you would like to. I know we have a few people watching from out of state. We have a person from Purdue watching. Reese Berry made a comment that his older sister was never a passer. He's allowed to say that, and I still think Mariah would beat him up.
Yeah.
Over on 3, so let's see if Wes-Del can get off to a better start. Nice save there. Here's the attack from Antrim in the middle. Again, Randolph Southern keeps it alive. And in the net.
And we have switched setters this game.
Yeah, we have, and just barely in the net by the ponytail, I think.
Okay, now R1 is indicating she was under the net center line violation, is what he's
She
saying.
was close, but
yeah. Because if it was her ponytail, it's not a net error.
Yeah.
Nice serve there. Again, they're starting out with their top server.
Just like last set, they get off to 2 early points here.
Jocelyn Smith, number 16, one of their setters.
And that'll help. So side out over to Wes-Del. Going to make a substitution here. Lily Bird will come in.
Like us, just 3 seniors on this Randolph Southern team.
Natalie back to serve.
Watch that one roll up, roll down.
You could still play it and over. And blocked nicely back into Wes-Del's side, so that'll be a point for the
Presley
Rebels.
back in the game here. Natalie may have been in there to serve a few balls.
Yeah.
And sometimes you need a break. Sometimes you think you're jinxed. We'll see next time around. We'll see in 5 rotations whether that happens again. That's not necessarily a bad thing. Sometimes just the anticipation of, oh no, I have to go back and serve, and I blew the last one out of the gym.
Take the pressure off.
Yeah, exactly. If you know you don't have to do that.
It's a swing from the outside, kept alive by Layla.
Couple of spinners there. Whoa, walk the dog.
Right down the line. And Bill Campbell tries to play it, the down ref, and he still can't keep it in bounds.
I would guess he was a backcourt player too, but not a whole lot there. I was above his head.
So tied up at 3. Joy Tony with the floater this time, and it kept alive. See if Taylor can go again. Blocked, but out of bounds. No, he says it hit the line. Never saw. He's got the perfect angle, so I'm not going to argue.
That's right. The ball goes out into the lobby area. She might be able to pick up some candy from the displays out there.
Yeah. Mr. America be happy. Make sure you pay for it.
Those senior night displays take on a life of their own.
Swing kept alive. Here comes Randolph Southern on the attack, and that one should be 4, and it is. So that'll tie it up 4-4 here. Antrim back to serve. Time played in the back row and over, and probably would have been better served just to hit that one over.
Like a little confusion. They've got their second option out here. Memphis Miller, number 28, sophomore. Statistically, their second option. Sometimes you just got to put it out there.
And all of a sudden, Wes-Del able to rattle a few off.
Looks a lot like last set. As far as the ebbs and flows here.
That one
Aubrey
was in,
serving
right
a
in the
nice
back
ball.
corner.
Yeah.
Right in the back corner.
She was calling it from middle back, too. She had those arms extended, making that call. Give the girl a flag, and she's right there.
So they back up a little bit. Now it looks like maybe right in between if she can put it there, which is right where she goes. Still kept alive. It's going to have to go over, and that's going to be off the ceiling, and another point and a timeout taken for Randolph Southern.
It's never a bad idea to take that timeout when your passing just isn't there. Sometimes if you think you can say something or just give them a little bit of a break.
As you heard in the pregame, Coach with talk with Coach. They picked up a game tomorrow, so it was not initially on the schedule. They picked up a game with her alma mater. She's going to take the team back over to Madison Grant. Should be a good matchup. Teams are probably evenly matched, is what she says, and probably be fun for her to go back over to Madison Grant. So that'll be an interesting game for Wes-Del. So if you're looking at your schedule and you think, I don't see Madison Grant on there, you are correct. It was a later addition.
And a scheduling opportunity in two ways. One, they had an opening in their schedule, so an opportunity for us. But because we drew the bye in the county tournament, and for example, we lost that match, or we dropped that match with Metropolitan, or we had some space on the schedule anyway.
Yeah.
So since we got the bye, opened up a little hole there. So, hey, let's play a match.
Now the timeout we've talked about before. Win the timeout, and let's see if Wes-Del does. Randolph Southern's hoping not. Joy will keep it alive. Taylor will roll it over. Randolph Southern gets it over on three and finds the floor. And coach was calling for two. Haven't called that yet. He just kind of smiles at her like, yeah, you're probably right. Yeah, there's a lot of those.
Yeah, we're not calling it, Coach. Haven't called it yet.
Haven't called it yet, and probably not going to.
Well, I'll tell you what else happens too, and you know how that works. It's going to get called, and it's going to be on us.
Yeah. Yeah, I had that happen a few times.
Yeah.
Randolph Southern again fighting their way back in. Kept alive. And that was under the net by Taylor. She tried everything she could not to, but momentum just took her right under there. And so now back within a point are the Rebels.
That's tough. You wish your kids had bigger feet, because as long as they're touching that line, they're okay.
And let's see if Randolph Southern cannot. And that was a touch, so that'll go over the side out and a point to Wes-Del, 9-7 with the lead.
Sometimes teams have trouble figuring out this single block, especially in the middle. You've got that blocker in front of you, and you might want to tip left, you might want to tip right, you might be tempted to do that. You just got blasted through. They're dropping the front row off for a couple of reasons, but a big one is because they don't trust their backcourt, or they just don't think they have a block, which is really the case. But you've got to blast it through that front row, make their backcourt make a play.
And something you don't typically see, Coach, in a volleyball game is to call a timeout when you got the point. We just called that timeout.
Yeah.
And that was not a smiley, happy timeout there from Coach Stanley, which sometimes you have to have a couple of those. Let's refocus. We just got that point, but we're not playing great. Let's talk about where we need to be right here.
Yeah, let's stop this
fixed.
back and forth. Let's just stop it right now, kind of a thing. Let's push right here. That's a good start.
It's a good start with that serve. See, that hits the ceiling and stays on the side, so that'll be a point. You can tell Randolph Southern's gym's a little higher than ours, because
Yes.
that would have been okay over at Randolph Southern. It's really with a nice serve. Again, a nice knuckle serve there. Rolled over, and that's going to be a point.
I'll tell you what, Coach Stanley showing that she made a decision plucking the bird from the nest and putting her out on the court.
That's right. No, all puns intended. And played over on three.
Get up there. There we go.
She's done that a few times this year. 3 points in a row after that timeout. So Coach Stanley getting a little bit of energy back into the girls, which sometimes you need to do that. Doesn't hurt either when you get good serving like Lily has done.
That's right.
Getting a good aggressive serve, get them on their heels. She can get 4 in a row here.
I don't know if all of our fans can really judge how good these serves are, but fortunately we have a bird's eye view from up here.
Yes, we do. They're going to keep coming. But and there's another timeout taken this time by the Rebels, and he's Coach is giving a little pep talk over there. Listen, move on, next play. We're as good as the next play, and that's in any sport. But you want to make sure that sometimes it's a confidence thing. Sometimes it's just let's move on to the next play. And sometimes it's, hey, there's a freshman serving. Let's see if we can slow down her momentum a little bit.
True. Sometimes you're afraid your team's just going to, shut down like a government.
Well,
I'm just going to keep them coming, as long as the executive producer doesn't shut off my volume here.
he's reaching for it.
I'll stick with the bird stuff then.
14-7 really rattled off quite a few points there. So good job by Wes-Del and Coach Stanley to get the team here playing kind of the way she wanted to.
These aren't cheap points either. These are strong. Okay, that might have been pushing a little bit.
And played again to that back corner. This time they get it over. Pushed out Taylor. The nice swing, and that is out just barely. So the
Just barely.
point stays, and Randolph Southern's so used to rolling the ball back to the other side after all those points in a row that they rolled it over anyway. Here comes Randolph Southern with their serve. This will be a back attack. Nice swing from Joy. That's a good swing.
There was no joy in that for the Rebels.
No.
That's for
Give her 2 or 3 more years, and those are going to be some hard swings to deal with. They're tough right now.
Yeah, they are.
Push. This time, Tori get the kill. And Wes-Del doubling up the score on the Rebels now. Playing much better in this second half since the timeout, really.
Remember in the next coaches show, ask her what she said in that timeout.
I will.
And we can
There
bottle
you go.
that
That's
up.
what you want. And that's not going to make it over, so that's going to be 4.
You hope. You hope they're going to call 4.
Yes.
You just
You
sometimes
never know
you
sometimes.
hold your breath as you're down there on the sideline going, okay, everybody knows that's 4. I hope they're counting.
Comes Joy again with a nice hard swing, and she's swinging well now with a lot of confidence.
Yeah.
If you don't get a block out there, then you're going to be in trouble.
That was a confident swing for sure.
18-8. Wes-Del taking command now of this second set. That's going to be short, and another point.
Back when I was a baseball player in high school, playing Babe Ruth baseball over the summer, kid came up to me after I had a particularly good game at the plate, and those weren't very often. And he said, Biff, you looked different up there tonight. I said, how so? He said, you came up there and looked like you wanted to get a hit. Joy is approaching that ball out there looking like she wants a kill.
Yes.
She wants it bad.
Points a little longer rally here.
Yeah. This is maybe the longest rally of the match so far.
It's out and was not touched, I don't believe. No touch called.
Our 2 down here is calling a touch. And now he's being asked who touched it. He's saying, I don't know, but it was somebody. And sometimes down there, that's all you see. You just see hands. You're not sure whose it was.
Yeah.
With players switching around and such.
It looked like it could have been touched. I wasn't sure. That's going to go out of bounds. Just like in baseball, you return it for a popcorn.
That's right.
At least that's what it was down at the Little League.
Yeah, it was when I was there too. Several years before you. Snow cones were a dime.
Another try for Joy, this time into the top of the net.
There weren't
But
a
I'd
whole
like
lot
to
of-
see the swing.
Weren't a whole lot of things better than that post-game snow cone. When your coach said, hey, tonight's treat's 20 cents, you're like, hey.
Hey. We'll go all out.
You're living life. A nice run on that slide. Nice touch. Good touch on that shot. Put it where they aren't.
22-9, commanding lead, and Coach Randolph Southern's going to make several changes here. Chance to get a few people in here at the end of this set. Here comes the attack from Wes-Del. Antrim in the middle, and that one's long. No touch this time. (22-10). Wes-Del 3 points away from taking this one. Off the block and into the floor. Another kill for Joy Tony.
You know what I like too? You're hearing from the student section over there when Joy swings, you hear this boom. They're expecting it.
Yeah.
And that's kind of fun. That's great for a player when she knows, you know, hey, they're liking what they see.
Comes Natalie in to serve. Tip this time finds the floor, and that's going to be a point for inside out for Randolph Southern. Back in to play the back spot is Presley Durr.
I see a little bit of pink around the gym. This is National Breast Cancer Awareness Month, October. My favorite month of the year, October. I love October.
I love October, yes. We're going to love next week, too, when it's fall break and there'll be no students here. And we're going to really miss you kids, but we're going to take a break from you. And Joy Tony trying to finish it with an ace, but played well, passed well, and attack.
That's
One-hand
tough.
set, and that one finds the floor.
It was a good effort. It really was.
So Thurston back to serve for Randolph Southern. Wes-Del just a point away from taking set number 2. And Randolph Southern keeps it alive, so Wes-Del will attack again. Antrim from the middle, and that one goes out. And it'll be a point again for Randolph Southern.
A nice ball from Lily Bird, too. Put it right up there. Still tough for a middle hitter to get their shoulders around on that, but it was a nice ball. She did what she could with it, and Aubrey did what she could with it, and it just didn't work out.
That's in. Hits the line. And so 2 in a row here for Thurston.
Got to be careful here. You don't shift that momentum back.
Yeah, you don't
the other
want to
side.
give them a bunch of points. You want to kind of take care of business here. The middle, miss. So 3 in a row.
We're staying aggressive. That's the good news, but we're just not scoring the points.
Make a pass, finish it off. And that's going to be out, and that'll do it. So Wes-Del will take the point on the service error, and they will win set number 2, 25-15, to take a 2-set lead, 2-0. Again, it is senior night here. We were able to honor the seniors before the game, and then, like Coach said, there'll be some things going on out in the cafeteria afterwards and all the good stuff, but it's always interesting on senior night. Again, the Warriors will travel to Madison Grant tomorrow, and then it's county tournament time this weekend, Coach. Always fun to go to county tournament. You know, nothing to lose. You're the small school in the county tournament. Usually, you're going to run into one of the 3 big ones at some point, and you know, nothing to lose when you go over to those. Just go over and play loose, and we have the winner. We got the bye, so we have the winner of Daleville Yorktown. So, I'm not saying Daleville couldn't do it, but chances are it'll be Yorktown. And sometimes I think it's fun for our kids and our girls to get a chance to play against some of those bigger schools.
Well, I think so too. And you go into a match like that, and a lot of times you look at it, you go, well, if it's Yorktown, if it's Delta, if it's Wapahani, they seem to be the three stronger schools in the county, year in, year out, at least consistently so. There's nothing wrong with seeing how their programs run. Now, we're always familiar with Wapahani. They're in our conference. We play them. And we actually have picked up Delta. They are our last match this year. They'll be our next and our last broadcast of the year. So we'll get a chance to see them too. And their measuring sticks is really what they are. And Yorktown's a measuring stick too. You go in there with a few different goals, but goals nonetheless. And goals you're trying to meet. Sometimes the goal for my teams was to get them to call timeout, but it's a goal. Yeah. And we went into some matches where we had really good teams and played really well and got beat 25-12.
Right.
And you just go, I can't, I'm not calling a lot of timeouts because we're just not doing a lot wrong.
Right.
And Stephanie hates to call timeouts. Because it means they are doing something wrong. You go into some of those matches with a different mindset. And again, you never go into a match thinking we're going to lose this match. You go in with goals set, and you want to meet those goals. And whether it's Randolph Southern or Indianapolis Metro or Daleville, Cowan, Yorktown, Delta, whoever it is, you always have goals in those matches. You sometimes you have to overcome the mind games that players will play with themselves. But you just go in and you go, look, guys, swing away. Let's have a good time.
One of the things you shared with me when I first got here, and I used it a lot in county tournament, because we had some nice games against some good teams, and we would go over and play, and we were always on that neutral court at Delta, and you were always on the neutral court at Wapahani for county, which I love to say is neutral.
Yeah.
But I use this with my teams a lot, that we don't have to beat Yorktown or Delta to win a sectional. So how are we going to, if we play Cowan or Daleville, those games are going to be even more important because we know they're in our sectional.
Yeah.
But we can still go out there and do some nice things and play well. And, like you said, let's try to get a set. Let's try to get them to call timeout. And so a long way of saying that we played the county tournament this weekend. And if you want to go out and watch us, it's Saturday morning.
That's right.
A chance to go out and watch some volleyball.
Randolph Southern coming out a little more in system this set.
And that one found its way over. Sounds like there's more talking on both sides. So
yeah.
This is a little different than both of the first two sets. We win the first point, where they have, in the last two sets, taken the first 2 points, I believe.
Natalie back there serving once again and setting.
Thurston with the chance. Joy will send it over. She'll get another swing, and that one finds the back corner.
I mentioned in system, meaning things are going well, but I caught a little bit of a clip today online from a men's volleyball, and it was old school men's volleyball. It was likely out of the early 70s, back when the guys wore really short shorts, and they were wearing tank tops and shorts, and anything out of system was sent over with a free ball. So that first ball gets passed back to the right back player, and those are weird angles trying to get them to hitters, and we train hard to have our back row players put balls up at those angles. But anything that was out of system went over as a free ball. Their attacks were nice, but again, a lot of free balls in those men's games.
That's going to be played and somehow misses everything. Antrim's going to get a chance in the middle.
Whoa.
Well, that should have been two.
Whoa.
Another one.
Kayla's asking for it, and she's going to. There we go.
Just take the point.
Joy says, I'm tired of this. Let's just do it.
4-1, so Wes-Del off to a quick lead. Now she's going to have to go chase the ball down. It was right on her heels. She didn't know it.
So I guess my point before was we take a lot of out-of-system balls and make them hittable, and it's nice to see.
Talk about a hard swing. There's another one.
Yep.
We've done that a few times tonight.
Maybe the air in here is a little bit lighter.
I don't know.
I'm not sure.
Caught in between where was Layla.
Joy finds the center field wall on that one.
Yeah. No Wally ball.
Mm.
That's going to be long and out. You hear the teammates helping sometimes.
That's right.
It's
Communication's good.
always good. Senior Kai News coming in the serve.
I was going to say something really nice about her serve, and then I thought I better not.
Just wait.
Yeah, but she does have a really nice, consistent serve.
Diving over the top of each other and keeping it alive. Here comes Randolph Southern. Back row swing. And that is just out. Well, Randolph Southern fighting their way back into this. 5-4.
Yeah, they are, with Adele going back.
See if they can get this quickly back to their side, and they will. Right in the middle.
You couldn't have put that ball any better over the net. And what a dig by Joy Tony back there. It was a nicely struck serve, but what a dig back there. Or pass, I should say. Senior Ansley Draper, top serve.
Randolph Southern keeps it alive. And not able to finish it off, so that'll be a side out back to Randolph Southern. If you're Randolph Southern, you just want to find a way to win this set to extend it. If you're Wes-Del, you want to get out of here. You want to win.
You want to get to cake in a movie, and that's what senior night is.
There's a
Post-match.
Last out of bounds, so it's going to be tied up 6-6 here.
It was a good angle, just didn't get that topspin on the ball. As the Velcro set right there kind of stuck to her hand, but one-handed, she got it out.
Yeah, he hits the antenna, so Randolph Southern fights back and takes the lead.
Here we go.
Here we go, 6-7. Taylor puts that one right in that same spot. The middle of the floor has been open for her the last couple of times. When she's been able to get it there.
We used to call that the 36, the 3-6 zone. And it's almost always available.
Yeah, it's going to be just out of bounds. Good read by senior. You know the floor when you see a senior running back there, and Taylor ran right back to it. Knows the court and knew that was going out. Over on 3. Try to keep it alive, but Wes-Del gets the point, and they'll take another 2-point lead.
So how many times can you remember going back to a school where you played or coached to coach against, that team, whether it was your alma mater or somewhere you coached?
Well, several times. I was at 8 different schools, so that allows you a lot.
Okay.
There's a nice dump over and right back to the other side, one side to the other.
Smart plays there.
Yes, it
Smart
was.
plays.
Yeah, I did it a few times. Always interesting, and I always thought it was fun to go back and see familiar faces.
It is fun.
Sometimes more fun, depending on how it ended at the schools.
Right.
But
Right.
it was, for the most part, most of the people I worked with were good people. So that was short. That will go side out and point to Randolph Southern. So 2-point lead for the Warriors, 10-8. You being here in the same county, you probably got to do that quite a bit.
Do it a few times.
I will. A nice swing just out of bounds, but a nice aggressive swing. I will say there was a time period where I would not allow a certain school to be on our schedule when I was coaching here. I did not want to go back for a while. So that's out of bounds.
Kind of happened to me a little similar when I cut my teeth at Muncie Central, and then as the Delta head coach, got to go back and play in the field house, which was great. Wes Lyon was the coach then. Dave Shondell and I had both left Muncie Central at the same time. Then came to Wes-Del and got to go back to Delta and coach a few times. And then they weren't on our schedule. Well, I say they weren't on our schedule. We dropped them from our schedule. We had to drop some matches as the IHSAA told us to reduce schedules, and they kind of fell by the wayside just in the way I wanted my schedule spaced out and organized. At least that's what I tell people.
Well, both of us are. There are ways to finagle that schedule sometimes. We'll keep those secrets.
It just happened to work out that way. At least that's the story I'm sticking with.
Nice serve from Layla. This time a dump over on two, but doesn't work. Joy's going to get another try and another swing, and that one's going to come up here.
Oh, boy.
And another nice swing and another nice point for Joy Tony.
I'll tell you, you look at Joy, just physically, and she's definitely physically fit. She's an athlete, but you don't always expect that kind of power she's generating. But if you know Joy, you know it's coming.
And top of the tape, so another point for Wes-Del. A timeout for Randolph Southern. Coaches got them excited over on the Wes-Del side. And, the one thing I have noticed watching Randolph Southern and watching their coach, Coach Clear, he is very positive with the girls.
Yes.
And seems to be, the girls seem to enjoy playing for him. And I think that sometimes it goes overlooked. You can play and go through a long season, and if you're not winning, but when you're positive and the kids like playing for you, that goes a long way.
There's nothing worse, I think, for a player than a bad season and a miserable experience, whether it's on the practice court or on game night. That's how you destroy a program from within. And so, staying positive, understanding your team's developing and they're learning. Letting your seniors lead if they can, letting your freshmen lead if they can. All things positive. And you don't have to get negative. You get constructive is what you get.
Yeah, teaching. And one of the things you talked about earlier is that they're coming off some winning games. So you want to continue to – you don't want to lose that. Even if you lose a game, you don't want to lose that feeling.
4 out of their last 5, and if they lose tonight, you're still saying, hey, we've won 4 out of our last 6.
Right. 16-9, Wes-Del starting to pull away a little bit here. Somebody may have told Layla to back up a little bit. She's not quite as close now. One-handed. Joy finds a way to get it over. Again, another try, and this time we'll go to Antrim in the middle.
Nice swing there, nice swing.
Find the back row, and Randolph Southern can't get it back over, so it'll be a point to the Warriors.
That time Aubrey did a nice job of getting her shoulders, hips around, getting her hand through the ball.
And again, back to the same back corner.
Really nice pass there by Ansley Draper.
This time blocked, and it'll come over on 2. Back corner.
Yeah,
still alive.
Now let's do something. Here comes Joy. Nope, going to the back row.
row. Taylor, and that finds the net and rolls over. The back row kill.
I'll tell you, I think between the time that ball was set and she hit it, she'd calculated the tension of that net along with the height of her jump and the distance to the net, along with the velocity of the ball, and played it just right. We do have an excellent STEM program
We
here.
do. Yes, we do. Yeah. That one wasn't quite as calculated, but she's not a senior, so.
I don't think she's in the STEM program yet, but once Austin Williams gets a hold of her.
So the Rebels get to double figures at 10. Wes-Del at 18. I could just finish this off if you're Wes-Del. Another nice hard swing from the middle. Kept alive.
Joy's getting her money's worth out of every swing out there.
Yeah, she is tonight. Antrim with the tip. This time kept alive. Another back row try. And that's going to be played up and over.
Nice push out, yes.
Long rally again this time. Joy's going to try to end it. Randolph Southern keeps it alive. Says not yet. Who's going to win this point? Seems like it's going on forever, and it's going to continue going. Blocked and out of bounds, in the net. And so after all that, it ends in a net violation. So Randolph Southern gets the point. This is where if you're one of those players, you tie your shoe if you've been running around all over the place. Oh, that probably would have been out, but too close to take. Antrim's going to get a chance.
Nice ball there.
And that one's long and out of bounds. No tip. Randolph Southern back to 12.
The Rebels have to like where they are. They've got some good serves, and they've got Adele right there in her first rotation in the front row. Warriors need to put a stop to this soon. Nice play there.
Antrim will get a try and still alive.
They're making some good plays over on the green side of that net. Joy's had enough.
Yeah, that was hard enough hit that it wasn't able to keep it going. We'll get some substitutions in. Natalie Linder and Kai New will come in.
Kai New in the front row. Something you don't see very often. Or we could just say it's a new look.
That's right. And it worked.
There we go.
20. So first to 20 are the Warriors. 20 to 12, and that hits the top of the net. And it looks like coach is just going to let her stay in.
Yeah, she's looking over, but coach is waving her off, or waving her in, I guess.
Just stay in there.
Coach Stanley showing confidence in her squad out there right now. A little unconventional lineup.
That's one of those where
yeah,
Kai doesn't not used to playing the front row. And like, hey, you got to get it all the way for the setter.
Yeah, she's waiting for the set.
Yeah,
it's
give
not
me the
going to
set.
come because the
Come on.
ball's on her.
Yeah.
Now we got to be careful here because their best server's back there right now.
And it's 2015. See if we can get a side out, or maybe they'll hit it out of bounds or into the net for us. Kept alive, and that's over. And Randolph Southern will come on the attack. Joy will finish it off, but it's out.
Just wide.
Pulls that down a little harder. She had the room to get it in. That cross-court angle there. So now it's a 4-point game, 20 to 16. Randolph Southern not going away, and as you said, their best server. Played nice. Here comes Joy with a back swing. Again, kept in play. She got another chance, and that hit the line and in the net.
That's right, net violation on the Rebels. Sometimes that's all it takes.
Coach Stanley's going to let this group play it out. Got all 3 seniors out there now in the front row.
Yeah, like that. Here we got 3 seniors and 3 freshmen out there now.
21-17. Joy gets that one back over. And played. Ooh, here comes Taylor with a nice swing. Still alive. Taylor gets another chance. And off the tip, that'll be a point and a side out to Wes-Del. 22-17. Here comes some substitutions.
Kind of a line change going on right now. Jeff Reno earning his money tonight.
We'll take all the seniors out, get a clap for them.
Nice, nice. And the crowd responds accordingly. You gotta like that.
22-17, so all the youngsters are in now. Back row swing from Joy, and she's still swinging aggressive. Over on 2. And that middle has been open all night. Tori Ward finds the middle. So Antrim at 23-17, 2 points away from the match. Awful quiet in here on that serve, and so quiet that it threw her off, I think. 23-18. Thurston will go back and serve. Wes-Del 2 points away. Right in the middle for Durr. Getting her first chance to play tonight, and that's over on 3. And this one did not go over, so it's 23-19.
Savannah, the old veteran on the floor right now. Change it up a little bit back in serve reception.
Tipped up and over. And here comes Wes-Del, and Randolph Southern's not going away. 23-20.
That was a crafty play there by Adele Thurston.
She's back to serve again. 1 or 2 more points, and it gets a little nerve-wracking here.
Then you start rethinking some things, yeah.
Nice pass. That's played, and luckily
There we
for
go.
Wes-Del, because I may have gone out, but too close to take. And that'll bring up 24-20, set point and match point.
I'm going to go ahead and say this. Lily Bird's been serving awfully well tonight. All right, no change there.
Randolph Southern sends it over. So Wes-Del's going to have to earn it on their side.
Here we go.
There's the swing. Get to the outside and played by Randolph Southern. Again, going over on 3. Another try for Ward, and that finds the floor. That'll do it.
That's the way
Sometimes
we
it's
like
just got to find the floor. And then Wes-Del takes the final set 25-20 right here on senior night. Take a real short break, come back and wrap this up on the Wes-Del Sports Network. And we're back with you after a 3-0 win for your Wes-Del Warriors. Not only is that a senior night win, but it's an MEC win, Coach, and that's a great way to go into tomorrow's match at Madison Grant, you'd like to feel like you have some confidence now going into tomorrow's game with the win here tonight, playing better, at times playing really well. I thought Joy Tony really swung well at times tonight, and there were other girls that I thought played well. So a lot of confidence you would feel going into tomorrow.
Oh, absolutely, and I think Coach Stanley took a few chances that worked out and paid off. That moves Wes-Del to 4-5 in the conference now, depending on what Shenandoah is up to. That will push Wes-Del ahead of them and into 5th place in the conference. Randolph Southern goes to 1-6. Overall, the Warriors 8-16 on the year. Plenty of matches left. I mean, not a whole lot of time, but there's still matches. You've got Madison Grant. You've got county tournament. You've got 2 matches next week. And lest our followers forget, we do have a home match next week. We won't be broadcasting, but we do have Southern Wells here on Wednesday night, and then we go to Anderson Prep on Thursday next week before finishing up on that following Monday, home versus Delta, and then into the sectional. If you want to watch the sectional draw, that's Sunday night, 7 o'clock, ihsaatv.org.
Yeah, so as you just heard, we will not be bringing you the Southern Wells game, but feel free to come out and enjoy the game. If you're not going anywhere for fall break, come out and watch the Warriors play Southern Wells, a team that has a really good player that you'll enjoy watching play. She's a lot of fun, probably not a lot of fun to prepare for, but she is a really good player. And then they're on the road at Anderson Prep, as you said. So we'll be able to bring you the Delta game, which will be the last game of the year before rolling into sectional. If you want to catch the football Warriors, you're going to have to drive to Park Tudor tomorrow to catch them. Otherwise, you'll see us again for the Delta game. If we don't see you before then, have a great fall break. Coaches, for Coach Biff Wilson and for executive producer Andrew Romine, I'm Coach McLaughlin. And thank you for watching the Wes-Del Sports Network.